nobody else but you. I want to be loved by you alone. I want to be kissed by you, just you and nobody else but you. I want to be kissed by you alone. I couldn't aspire to anything higher than feel a desire to make you my own. I want to be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you. I want to be loved by you alone.
skies, turn them into gay skies, and keep sweeping the cobwebs off the moon. What good is you pining? Find your silver lining, and keep sweeping the cobwebs off the moon. You'll make the clouds hurry away, humming a lovely love song. Some lucky day, somebody may come along. Chase all of your sorrow, take care of tomorrow, and keep sweeping the cobwebs off the moon.
Ready?
Coming to you live from 25 North Court Street in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, it's My Talented Friends Live.
My talented friends, the very talented.
Hey,
Hello.
howdy.
How are you
you, darling?
Well, I'm great. The Werners, how are you?
Great, doing awesome.
Good.
Nick, how's that digit doing?
Still stiff, but it's getting better.
Yeah, he can play
right.
piano again, which is very exciting.
I'll be making my triumphant return tonight.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are so glad that you have recovered. And Nazis beware. Nick's not afraid to sacrifice his littlest digit if he needs to. So the Werners, we're going to check back in with you guys in a little bit, okay?
Okay, bye.
Love you. Bye. Mean it. Mwah. Well, welcome to My Talented Friends Live. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Gibson. I'm your host. My friends call me Gibby. I hope you will too. Here at Open Stage, which is where we're bringing this show to you from, we're very adamant in getting some things right out in front. First off, Black lives matter to us, and they should matter to you, whether they are cis, trans, queer, or straight. Black lives matter. That's right. And we also acknowledge that we are broadcasting on the land of the native Susquehannock peoples, the unceded land. And we show them all due respect. We are so excited for this show. And when I say we, of course, I'm not just speaking the royal we, but I'm actually speaking about my talented and beautiful spouse, Miss Rachel Landon. Rachel, how are you tonight?
Great, honey. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. Do you have a little cocktail? What do you?
I do. I've got some red wine. Very red.
Yeah. Very old. We went with Patrick Hughes' suggestion and some very old wine, not vintage, as much as it's just kind of stale and left out. But hey, waste not, want not. Rachel, are you excited about the show tonight? Me too. Me too. You know who else we have with us? Back again, fired from their delivery job, and so now we have picked them up. Chad Michelson, former Osh kid. Chad Michelson there moderating the chat room. Chad, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right, Gibby. Doing all right.
Oh, good. Excellent. You have the chat room under control? You're moderating everything?
So far, so good. You know, they're pretty calm tonight. So
Oh, are they? Are
yeah.
they? We'll see how that goes. Is there anything you need from our chat room this evening?
Well, tonight we got another Mad Lib sketch, so I'll be searching for some answers down in the comments below. We also got the Natch game tonight, so I need contestants. And also another delivery job. If you got any leads, put them in the
Chad,
comments.
please focus on the show. Please don't use this time for your own personal benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Michelson is a graduate of the Osh Kids Theatrical Academy and has, as you saw in the opening, delivering what was clearly a DiGiorno pizza. I mean, it was obviously a DiGiorno pizza. No mask. Putting the mask on afterwards. Chad, you have a lot to learn in the food delivery service land. But in the meantime, we're going to keep you employed. We're going to keep you working here at My Talented Friends Live. Okay, Chad?
Thank
you for wearing sleeves. I really appreciate that. Get Chad off of the screen, please. Hey, so we do need Mad Libs. We need Mad Lib suggestions. So they'll be coming up in the chat room. We would love it if you were to, if you're all watching us on Facebook, please to like us and friend us. And if you're watching on the YouTube, well, why don't you subscribe to our channel? You can like us, you can subscribe, you can set yourself up for notifications. So every time we post a little video, it'll let you know about it. We want you to share this with your friends too. Let your friends know you're watching. Invite them along. And I just want to point out here that we are providing world-class entertainment for you this evening.
Trillions of people.
Oh, and potentially trillions of people. So we are providing this free of charge. And I would like you to know that in these challenging times, many of the artists that you will see tonight are not employed. So you can help them out by opening up your digital wallet and sharing a gratuity. If you enjoy what you see tonight, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of money, but throw them $1 or $2. We'll give you their pay points, whether it's PayPal or Venmo or Cash App. You just jump right on there and throw them $1. Throw them $5. Throw them $350. Whatever you want to send them, just let them know that you appreciate them and you appreciate the art that they are bringing to you live over the internet. This is quite a show. I mean, this is a big show, Rachel. We've got a bunch of friends from Texas on the show tonight, which all over the great state of Texas. John Watkins is our special guest. John is just an incredible singer. He's brought along Chaney Moore with him, another amazing singer, and they are accompanied by Kiefer Slayton on the guitar.
Yeah,
and
I hope y'all are ready to get your faces melted off.
You better get ready to mop up your faces because they're coming off seriously when you see all this. We've got our good friend Brent Lipscomb from the movement Harrisburg to protect all peoples. He'll be joining us again this evening. Of course, my filmmaker friend Jerry Stevens is with us as always. We're very happy to have back from Austin, Texas, my friend Rachel Steed, who will be planting flowers through the apocalypse, offering you propagation tips or who knows?
I love
propagating. Who doesn't? Maybe it'll be, I don't know what it'll be about plants. I do know that. My record store friend, Ray Colgan, also here tonight from Austin, Texas. Some original sketch comedy, Clown versus Mime, sent to us from Brock, England, also in Austin, Texas. A real Texas show tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, we've always got a little bit of Harrisburg in the show. And when I say a little bit of Harrisburg, I mean the Werners. Naturally, there will be a song from the Werners. Then, of course, we will do our Natch Game. Back to the Natch Game tonight by popular demand.
Yes.
At
least two people have demanded it.
Dave Richwine demanded it. We don't listen to what he says. And then Jenny Adams demanded it. And we do listen to Jenny. So the Natch Game is back. And this is an exciting Natch Game. This is something we've never done before. This is a MTFL TOV crossover episode. That's right. We will have some of the great talents from the Obstructed View on our celebrity panel tonight. We'll have Stuart Landon and Matthew Golden. Of course, when you have a guest or a panel of celebrities, you have to have an anchor. Always, we have our anchor, Stacey Werner. You know, I also reached out to David Zayas and Bree Dow, and they literally ghosted me. They never even responded to me.
Wow.
Would not even click on an email.
Wow.
So that shows you where I stand with my dear friends. But Stuart Landon and Matthew Golden will be here along with Stacey, and you can be on the show too. We need 2 contestants. Now, here's what we're looking for. We're not just taking anybody. We have some parameters for the contestants that we allow on the Natch Game. You've got to be 18 years of age or above. Period. Okay, so you got to be 18 or up, and you've got to be willing to be live on the internet in front of potentially billions of viewers.
Oh, trillions.
Trillions. I mean, there's no telling how many people will show up. So you have to have no stage fright, but you will be in the running to win a fabulous prize. We are so excited. Sharks versus Jets. Oh, these are some of the YouTube or the Mad Libs suggestions that are coming.
No. This is Matt saying that it's us versus them.
I get it.
That was a musical theater reference.
Musical. See, and I'm no good at it. Matt, you got me. Nicely done, sir. I was trying to say that there's a prize. There's an amazing prize that you can win on the Natch Game, and that is a digital musical greeting card, a singing telegram, if you will, from Nick and Stacey Werner. So it's a high stakes night. There's a lot happening. And I just want to get right down to it. I don't even want to, I'm sick of hearing myself talk. I would like to bring on a gentleman who I've been so excited that he is going to be on the show with us tonight. He is one of my favorite people on the planet, certainly one of my favorite people in Houston, Texas, and you are going to love him as much as I do. Please welcome my musical friend, John Watkins, to the show. John.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hey, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's good to see you.
Oh, I'm so well. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I've been. This has been a long time coming. I'm so glad that we finally got you guys on the show.
Amazing.
And yes, it's amazing, and we're going to do an interview with you later. We'll bring in Chaney, and we're not going to see Kiefer tonight, but Kiefer is accompanying you on guitar on all of these songs. Is that correct?
On Poison and Wine, he's accompanying us.
Yeah. Oh, just on Poison and Wine. So who did the music for the one that we're about to? We're gonna play.
So the one I'm about to show Ooh, there goes my camera. In this time of quarantine, I've got my sort of spiritual friends with me. I've got my dear friend Oprah in candle form, keeping me warm.
Nice.
And I've got another friend here. I've got a dear friend, Miss Brittany, keeping me warm. Her glow keeps me safe at night, okay? And so I wanted to do...
What is Britney Spears the patron saint of exactly? Would it be midriffs?
It's of just being fantastic. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you're following her Instagram, she might have a lot of the answers for what we're going through right now. I don't know if you're following her Instagram, but it's all going down.
I am now. I literally just logged on to the internet, and I'm gonna log on to her page right now. I am. I'm serious. So what is this song?
Anyway, the song is one of Britney's classics. It's about relationships. It's about politics. It's about sort of everything. And I hope you enjoy it.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. Rachel, why don't you roll that tape? Thank you, John. Mwah.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous. I'm falling. There's no escape. I can't wait. I need a hit. Baby, give me it. You're dangerous. I'm loving it. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Do you feel me now? Taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, I'm slipping under. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you, don't you know that you're toxic? And I love what you do, don't you know that you're toxic? Yeah. It's getting late to give you up. I took a sip from a devil's cup slowly. It's taken over me. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Do you feel me now? Taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, you're slipping under. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you, don't you know that you're toxic? Yeah. And I love what you do, don't you know that you're toxic? Intoxicate me now with your loving now. I think I know, I think I'm ready now. Intoxicate me now with your loving now. I think I'm ready now, I think I'm ready now. Taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, I'm slipping under.
Whew. Wow, that was John Watkins, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Well, there's a whole lot more of John coming up in the show. We are so thrilled to have him here tonight. What a great song. Britney Spears, patron saint of being willing to say oops when you did it again, according to Ray Colgan. If you'd like to tip John is actually donating his tips this evening to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So if you'd like to tip John, you can go to www.naacpldf.org and make a contribution on John's behalf. Welcome, if you're just joining us, to My Talented Friends Live, broadcasting to you from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, right downtown in the capital city. This week, I know what state I'm in, so we are making improvements every time. If you're just joining us, it's a heck of a show. You've just missed just a beautiful cover of Toxic by John Watkins, but he'll be back. Don't worry about that. There's plenty of opportunities for you to engage with the show. You know, you can chat. Chad Michelson is moderating the chat room. We're looking for folks to make suggestions for the Mad Libs. We're looking for contestants for the Natch game. We want you to subscribe. We want you to share. We want you to like. We want you to be part of this. Hey, you know what? If you've got a picture of yourself doing something fun or weird, why don't you send it in to Chad?
Not too weird.
Not too weird. I mean, come on.
Weird.
Try to be somewhat classy, but or not. I don't really care. Send it to Chad. Just send Chad whatever you want. Chad will make the decision whether it goes on the air, and then Chad will lose his job if he chooses incorrectly. Okay, so it's always we like to have fun. We like to educate. We like to entertain, and we like to support Black voices. And so we are going to do that right now by bringing back a good friend of the show from the movement Harrisburg, to protect all peoples, Brent Lipscomb, and he's got a movement sort of minute for you this week. So Rach, why don't you run that tape?
Hi, my name is Brent Lipscomb. First, I'd like to start off by thanking Open Stage for providing this platform to allow me to come on today to discuss the phases of the movement, where we're at, and what are we expecting to see. I only have 3 minutes to talk about this, so let's dive right into it. What is the movement? The movement is a local-based group in the city of Harrisburg. We're handling issues stemming from racism, inequality, discrimination, inequity, and injustice. So with our current racial pandemic that is going on nationwide, you see why this group is very, very, very pivotal to the city of Harrisburg, because of these same issues that are nationwide can easily seep and may already exist in the city of Harrisburg, and we have to allow those issues to be known and advocated for. We advocate for our marginalized communities and individuals that are disproportionately represented. So currently, where we're at, you saw us do a lot of protests, from some of the very first ones to even some of the later ones that have fewer groups of people, but still very empowering and impactful. Currently, we're in the phase, sorry about that. Currently, we're in the phase of actually forming our work groups to be able to discuss these issues at a broader level and to be able to tackle them with city officials. So there are work groups that are forming around police brutality. There are work groups forming around the educational realm. There are work groups forming around resources and the reallocation of resources within communities. So we want to be able to make sure that all voices are heard and that we center Black voices, because for much of American history, Black voices have always been pushed to the side or not been centered. The last thing that I want to tell you, if you would like to be involved in the movement and be a part of something greater than individuality, I want you to pull out your little cellular phone and text the word movement, M-O-V-E-M-E-N-T. Again, M-O-V as in Victor, E-M-E-N-T to the number 66866. Or you can also join our Facebook group or Facebook page at the movement, Harrisburg Movement to Protect All People. This is a great way to get involved, whether your skills or assets be community service, organizational structure, budgeting, or etc. We want you to be able to have an opportunity to make a difference in your community. Thank you.
Hey, am I back? Now I'm back.
You're back.
Brad Lipscomb has maybe the most epic side eye I have ever. When the dog barked, his side eye was.
You just called him Brad.
Devastating. Brent Lipscomb. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of course, Brad Barkdahl. I'm
You're
always thinking of Brad Barkdahl.
Mm.
What I meant to say was Brent Lipscomb has the epic side eye. Brad Barkdahl has the epic kind of whole package going on. Anyway, if you're in Harrisburg and you want to be part of the movement, it's super easy. All you have to do is go on the Facebook and join the Facebook group, Harrisburg Movement to Protect All People. But you can also jump on your phone and you can text movement, MOVEMENT, to the number 66866, and you will be updated with all of the events that are going on surrounding the movement. Again, join a work group. Do more than just share things on Facebook. Get involved, make change happen. And thank you, Brent, for always being such a great part of the show. If you would like to contribute to the movement, you can also help out monetarily by going to Cash App and tipping Brent directly at $, Brent Lipscomb on the Cash App. Well, you know what? I think it's time. For some high art.
Yes.
Some fine art, if you will. Am I wearing a full tux? Ray Patrick Colgan would like to know. Well, I mean, I've got the jacket, I've got the tie and the vest, I've got the shirts, and I am completely naked underneath that. So I'm not going to stand up and show everybody what else is happening, Ray. So thank you for bringing that up. This is a professional show. Anyway, my filmmaker friend, as I was trying to talk about, Jerry Stevens, has got another piece of fine art for us. So let's bring my filmmaker friend, Jerry, on. We were going to put some theme music there, and then we thought, I think just dead silence is more effective. What do you think, Jerry?
I think I should unmute my microphone.
Dead silence is what we go for on this show. Just dead air. It's what kids want.
I mean, I like.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Yeah. I have something to show you all tonight. So just give you a little backstory. Well, okay, so like more than a few years ago, a handful of years ago, before gimbals were a big thing, I had access to a Steadicam, and I was excited to use it. I also found a half-empty bottle of Adderall from my middle school days, and I was like, I should make a music video. And then I talked to...
Or was it half full? Was it half full, Jerry? That's the question. Was it half empty or was it half full?
Maybe you can decide after the video. But let me give you a little... I would say it's half full, sure. So I thought...
Shall we?
Yeah, we can. Anyway, just real quick, I called up my friend Fernando. He plays amazing guitar. He made this amazing song up around a campfire like years and years ago. I said, hey, let's make this music video. And he's like, I haven't played it in a few years. But sure, that sounds exciting. I'll just come over. I still remember the chords, and this is how it went. Unfortunately, yeah, that was the longest take and the only take we got. He remembered something, didn't want to talk about it, but...
Well, clearly it brought back some sort of emotional, poor Fernando. That was very touching, and I'm glad that you have decided to look at the world as a jar of Adderall half full, Jerry. I think that we've all learned something tonight. So thank you as always, my friend, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, buddy. Well, hey, if you'd like to tip Jerry, I would jump on the Venmo. It's super easy. You just open up the Venmo app and you go in there and you go to @Jerry-Stevens II, like Jerry Stevens II, and don't tip Jerry's dad. Should tip Jerry Stevens II, and then maybe we can cheer up Fernando. Poor Fernando. Mm. I would like to take a moment now to acknowledge and thank our sponsors, the organizations that have supported Open Stage in the past and continue to support Open Stage in this current crazy time. We're so grateful that we just last week were able to do our virtual fundraiser and raised over $25,000 in the middle of a pandemic. That is due to donors like you and our incredible board and Meridi board and these sponsors. So thank you so much. How about, do you want to check in with Chad? Is Chad Michelson available?
Yeah, we can check in
Let's
with
check
Chad.
in with Chad.
Chad, are you ready to come back on? All right.
Chad, you're coming back on, Chad.
Oh no.
Chad. Oh, Chad froze.
Oh dear.
Looks like, no, there's Chad. Now Chad's back.
Chad's right here. Chad is here.
Chad's right here. Chad, how are we doing on Mad Libs? Have we got all the suggestions?
We're still pulling a few more suggestions, but we are almost complete on Mad Libs, and I think we have our first Natch Game contestant.
So there's still one slot open, is what you're telling me.
One slot open.
Okay, so folks, I don't know what you're waiting for. There are real prizes to be won, and if Chad, we'll tell you right now that if Chad does not secure a second contestant, this will be Chad's last evening on the show. So thanks, Chad.
Wait, you didn't tell me.
Get Chad off the screen. Thank you, Chad. I think that's it. We're just going to stay tuned now for these very, very important messages.
Coast to coast, they love The View. The New York Times calls it a fresh perspective. It's got plenty of energy and sass, says The Hollywood Reporter. And from TV Guide, cheers to a promising newcomer on the daytime.
Hi, I'm Stuart Landon, producing artistic director at Open Stage, and I am really excited about a new show that I'm working on with my friends. You've heard about The View, and I've always been somewhat of a fan of that lovely show. And I've gathered a couple of my fabulous gay friends. We're going to talk about all these things that are gay and fabulous and fun. So we're going to have a lot to chat about, a lot of hot topics, and a lot of special guests. Me, Matt, Dave, in the Obstructed View right here on Open Stage's channels, Facebook, YouTube. It's going to be great. Elementary Coffee Company is all about people. Since serving our first cup of coffee at the Broad Street Market in November 2014, we have dedicated ourselves to our team and our beautiful community, so we can build up together our beautiful city of Harrisburg. Meeting folks over a cup of coffee can break down barriers and create connections. We opened our independent storefront at 256 North Street in October 2019 with our mission of inclusivity at the heart of its design. We are listening to the diverse needs of our community. We invite you to join us and use our spaces and resources to work towards a stronger future together. Because what's easier than serving up some social justice with your favorite cup of coffee?
Indeed. Well, everybody's very, very concerned about Chad. Please understand, Chad is no overachiever, okay? Chad's on his really the last sort of, well, Joey B, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So what? Chad's going to make the call. Chad's life hangs in his own balance at this point. He's the master of his own destiny. We're back. we're so excited. Thank you for sticking around with us. If you just joined us, welcome to My Talented Friends Live. This is a super crazy show out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and it's kind of like an all singing, all dancing show tonight. Or there's no dancing, but there's a lot of singing. And I'm going to bring back our special guest now, John Watkins, but I'm also going to welcome a good friend of Rachel and myself, and that is, of course, Cheney Moore. Let's say hi to John Watkins and Cheney Moore. Hey!
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys?
So good.
Doing well. Good. It's great to be on the show.
The excitement is palpable. It's coming through. Well, John, this is a fantastic. We love the Britney song. It was great. Now we're gonna gonna wrap you up for a second, and we're gonna focus on Cheney because this is Cheney's moment. Okay. Hey, Cheney. Boy, Cheney Moore. When I think of Cheney Moore, I think of just a lot of really good, solid, fun times doing musical theater in Houston, Texas. Are you still doing? Well, of course, you're not doing shows now because of the pandemic. So, what are you doing with yourself?
Well, I've done a few one-woman shows in my own home. I did some videos, which I could send you if you want to see them. I did some Into the Woods and Les Mis.
One Woman Into the Woods is amazing.
Cheney's One Woman Into the Woods. Rachel Landis highly recommends.
And don't hold me to it. I'm thinking of doing Book of Mormon next, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a lot of work, so I don't know. But I'm trying to do things that will keep me creatively active while I'm stuck at home.
Absolutely. Well, how's my good friend Nick? How's Nick doing?
He's doing well. He is working at the zoo and doing what they can with all this craziness that's going on, and we're doing okay. Hanging in there.
I hear that Nick did not play the guitar on this track, but he held the guitar. Didn't he hold the guitar?
He did. So we have a special friend, Kiefer Slayton, that actually played the guitar for us so that we could develop this track, and he was unable to help us with the video. So I dragged Nick into it, and he has a guitar. He wants to learn how to play it, but he doesn't really know yet. So he is strumming the guitar. It looks like he knows what he's doing, but it's just his
pivotal.
hand. So,
it's a pivotal moment in the.
It really is.
Video. He's already achieved everything that he could possibly achieve with learning the guitar. So I would say just chalk it up, Nick. You're doing fine. I wish we had the video of Kiefer Slayton from our production of the punk rock American Idiot. Yeah. Remember Kiefer Slayton in the.
That was a moment.
He was great.
It was a very patriotic video. We'll have to pull that for next time when we bring everybody back. I think let's just let this video speak for itself. What do you guys say?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Roll that tape, Rach. John Watkins, Cheney Moore, and Kiefer Slayton with Nick Larberg on just miming guitar. What an amazing song. Beautiful voices, beautiful instrumentation. And I love the video itself. It's just giving me that 80s realness that I grew up with, that just, super, super hot. Love the production value. Thank you. If you enjoy what you just saw, open up your digital wallet and share. Of course, John is dedicating his tips this evening to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So if you'd like to tip John, go to www.naacpldf.org. And Cheney has very graciously donated her tips this evening to Open Stage. So if you'd like to contribute to our organization, go to openstagehbg.com/donate and drop in whatever you would like. We would appreciate it. And I certainly appreciate John and Cheney. Thank you guys. Love you both. Another person who I love is that Rachel Steed.
Oh, love her.
She's got green thumbs, green fingers, covered in green. She is just
okay.
Verdant.
Our verdant friend.
My verdant friend, Rachel Steed, has a segment that she likes to call Planting Flowers Through the Apocalypse. Let's welcome Rachel Steed to the show.
Hey, Gibby.
Hey, Steed.
I'm Verdant. Hi.
I think so. Look at you. You're surrounded by plants.
Surrounded. And I'm wearing a green shirt today. So Verdant is pretty accurate, actually.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna ask you, what do you have for us today, Rachel?
Today, by request of yourself and Lando, I'm going to talk about how to keep your cats out of houseplants. So, your cats are in your houseplants. This is our main offender, Eleanor. She's playing with her favorite toy, which is a stick that she found in the yard. Your cats are in your houseplants. They're in your houseplants for a reason. I found, through my many years of cat and plant ownership, that there's usually 3 reasons. They're either digging the soil, they're playing with the foliage, or they're eating it. So if they're doing one of those things, you just need to identify which one it is and then give them something else to do or a reason not to do it. So if they're playing with your foliage like this, just give them a better toy, like this little cat fisher, which she absolutely loves, or a stick if your cat is secretly a puppy and likes sticks. Give them something else to do. When you see them playing with your plant, play them with a toy, and they'll learn that the toy is really what they should play with and not the plant. If they're eating your plants, get another plant that they actually can eat. The problem with eating a plant is that it could be potentially toxic. So you want to make sure that A, everything that's in your house near your cats is cat friendly and will not hurt them. B, if they are eating your plant, there's a lot of things you can do. You can get some cat grass or wheatgrass or catnip. A lot of those things are sold in pet stores actually, and they're pretty easy to keep alive. Keep them on the ground in a sunny spot and your cat will go eat those things instead of your lovely plants. The third one is the most difficult, which is if your cat is digging in the dirt. This is her biggest problem. If she's digging in the dirt, it's because she wants to pee in the plant. So we've got to figure out what about the dirt is appealing that the litter box does not have. Is it texture? Is it smell? Is it cleanliness? Is it location? And try to solve for that issue. We started a regimen of cleaning the litter box at least twice a day, and that did a lot in terms of helping it, but she was still digging. So you can do a couple of other things. You can try putting a strong smelling essential oil like peppermint in the plant or spray it on the plant. That didn't really deter her too much. So then I moved to aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is a very interesting texture. Cats don't like it, and it makes a noise that they're not a huge fan of. See, she's already reacting like she doesn't like that sound. Oh, she's gone. Bye, Ellie. That worked for a while, and then she figured out she could pull it up out of the dirt with her paws and then play with it on the floor. So the third and final solution to that problem is river rocks. You put river rocks on the surface of the soil. Your cats can't dig inside the dirt. The texture of the river rock is actually really, really unpleasant to their paws, and they should leave your plants alone. It will take some time, it will take some training, but it's absolutely totally doable. You just got to figure out why are they messing with the plant, which part of it are they messing with, distract them with something that's appropriate to mess with, and if they're digging in your plant, make the plant not pleasant to dig in. And you can have all these houseplants with 3 cats. and she's playing with a stick again. So that's it. Life right now really, really, really sucks. So just keep on planting.
Another day.
Oh my gosh, I was muted. Sorry.
I was muted the whole time?
Yeah.
I was muted the whole time.
Yeah.
So I was just doing like a dumb show this whole time.
You're always doing a dumb show, Gibby.
All of that delicious, gorgeous comedy. Homespun.
Things are going well.
just wrenched out of my gut and spilled all over the floor like
point
so
is-
much. Anyway,
Point is, thank you, Steed.
thank you, Steed. And I made some great jokes about Brock England going to the bathroom in the plant. Didn't hear those. Tip Steed by going to Venmo and dropping in the thing at Rachel-Steed-1. And thank you, sponsors. Thank you, contestants and Mad Libs. Am I caught up? Am I back?
Yes, we're all caught up.
It's really irrelevant whether I speak or not. I'm just here to move my mouth. How about the Werners? They do some mouth movements,
Yeah.
and they're much better at it than I am. Let's bring them on. How about a song from the Werners?
Love that. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Are we on? Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And
Hello?
5.
Hello.
Yay.
Yes.
We did it.
The Werners. We solved it.
Yay.
This
Figuring
is
this out together.
this is a roller coaster for the audience. They get to experience us failing and then recovering, failing again, and then also recovering. So
Yeah.
we're here and
I'm
happy
glad
to
to be on this journey with you
provide that service for you. Hey, the Werners, what'd you think of John Watkins and his beautiful voice?
Unreal.
That Cheney Moore?
Transcending.
Yes.
I'd probably hate him if I did theater with him locally, you know? It's like just
Yeah.
that healthy theater relationship that every woman has with a man that can just do what he does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought I'd hate him too, and then you meet him, and the darn guy is nicer than you'd ever want to
And
imagine.
that's what makes me even more mad. I was like, oh, I bet he's so nice.
He
and
is.
humble, too.
He is very nice. So, Nick, your fingers are functioning. You're back at the keyboard.
I am making my triumphant return back behind the piano, and I'm very happy about it.
Well, I'm happy that you're healthy. I am happy that you're recovered, and I think one more week without that little digit, and Stacey would have taken over as full-time piano player.
I mean, honestly, I'm just blessed that I can take a break from all the piano playing because it's really just taken a toll on my psyche. And also, I don't want everyone to know how talented I am because, again, I am a very humble person.
Yeah.
So
Nobody watching this show has any idea how talented you are, so don't worry about that. That is a safe secret. No, of course not. We know you as an incredible singer. And then Nick last week blew us all away with his incredible singing. And now I understand you guys are doing a duet?
Yes.
Well, what are you singing for us? Get me off the screen.
This is technically our song. It's called Decatur, and it's by Sufjan Stevens from his album from the early 2000s called Come On, Feel the Illinois. And it has nothing, it's not a romantic song at all, but we sing it because we fell in love listening to that album. And this was a song that we could often just rock some harmonies on. So we're going to sing it for you guys tonight because we love it so much and we love you all. Mm-hmm. Our stepmom, we did everything to hate her. She took us down to the edge of Decatur. We saw the lion and the kangaroo would take her down to the river where we caught a wild alligator. Sangamon River, it overflowed, caused a mudslide on the banks of the operator. Civil War skeletons in their graves came up clapping in the spirit of the aviator. Sound of the engines and the smell of the grain. We go riding on the abolition grain train. Stephen A. Douglas was the great debater. Abraham Lincoln was the great emancipator. Chicken mobile with a rooster tail. I had my fill and I know how bad it feels. Staying awake and watch for the data. No small caterpillar, go congratulate her. Denominate her. Go Decatur. Go Decatur. It's the great I am. Denominate her. Go Decatur. Why do we hate her? It's the great I am. Denominate her. Go Decatur. Anticipate her. It's the great I am. Appreciate her. Appreciate her. Stand up and thank her. It's the great I am. I think that was pretty good. What do you think?
Went okay.
I think that was pretty good.
High five.
Thank you.
Hey, on the internet. Am I muted now?
Yes, you're good.
I'm good? She mutes me. To be fair, she mutes me because I don't shut up. And if she doesn't mute me, I will ruin this entire show because I'm mainly just talking about myself. But here, I just want to say the Werners are the most beautiful people I know and love you guys. And that was a beautiful, beautiful song. Love Sufjan Stevens. Not a very musical theater heavy show this week. It's like a pop show.
That's okay.
On the MTFL lineup, which is kooky for us and good. Hey, you know what you should do if you enjoyed this song as much as I did?
Yeah.
You should open up your digital wallets and you should tip the Werners. You can go to Venmo at N-Werner-86 and contribute. The Nick Werner Finger Fund has now completely reached its goal.
Yeah, I think that it raised perhaps billions of dollars.
There's no way to know. But his finger is operating. He's more machine than man now, but his finger is operating. Thank you for everybody who contributed to the Nick Werner Finger Fund. Please continue to, maybe we'll fix other parts of Nick. So How about sponsors? How about sponsors?
Sure.
I don't know what's even happening on this show anymore. I had to take my jacket off because it is
warmish.
warm in this theater, under the lights, under here as we tread the boards.
Yeah.
It's warm. And you know what else is warm? The feeling that I get when I think of our sponsors. So thank you, sponsors. I think it's time to go back to Texas and to Austin in particular and visit with our good friend Ray Colgan, my record store friend. Let's say hi to him.
Hey everybody, it's me, Ray again from Austin, Texas. I work at Antone's Record Shop, which is part of the reason why Chris asked me to, do this little segment where maybe I recommend new music I've heard, and maybe even music from Austin, because Austin's kind of known for being a town that has some really good music in it. And I said, sure, I'd love to do that, but on one condition. That's that I get to do a little bit of magic. And you might ask yourself at home, well, what's so important about doing that? Well, as we all know, magic makes the world go around. So grab your deck of cards. Here's my deck of cards. That's what it looks like. Now, your deck of cards might look completely different than this. That's okay. You might have like a Hoyle deck of cards, and that's fine. Hoyle, that's a good basic deck of cards. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to shuffle them. You should always, before you do a magic card trick, you always got to kind of shuffle your cards. Now, if you don't feel real comfortable shuffling, don't worry about it. Go on YouTube. There'll be somebody on there that'll teach you how to shuffle cards. Okay, now we've shuffled them. Now you just kind of do this here. We just kind of, da-da-da. And just take one out at random. Put it in your pocket. We'll come back to that. Okay, we're going to talk about Little Mazarn today. Little Mazarn is one of my favorite bands in Austin. It has two amazing individuals in it, Lindsey Verrell and Jeff Johnston. Lindsey Verrell sings and plays banjo. Jeff sings harmonies. He also does musical saw. We're listening behind me to their amazing cover of Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark. One of the things I love about their version is you really get to hear the lyrics. Growing up and listening to this song, I pretty much only focused on the chorus. But with this song, I can really hear the verse. And surprise, surprise, Bruce Springsteen writes a great song. He's actually really good at lyrics. Who knew? He's not just, some eye candy out there, no sleeves. But yeah, so Little Mazarn, getting back to them, they have some physical product. They also have stuff that you can stream or download. But in 2017, they put this EP out, this self-titled EP. That's what that looks like. Yeah, check that out. And then they also put out last year, they put out a CD that this version of Dancing in the Dark is on. It's right here. It's called I.O. And this is a full-length record, and you should really check it out. And if you like physical things, you should try to find it. Try to track it down. One of the things, you can open it up, and you just take out the CD, and hey, whoa, check that out. I could have swore I put my card in my pocket, but is this your card? Is this the card that you picked? Thank you.
Rachel, how does he do it? Because look, it's the card I picked. What?
Me too!
Ray Colgan, how did you even know
That's
that
crazy.
had picked the King of Hearts? Well, thank you, Ray. Little Mazarn is a band that Ray recommends. And if you appreciate Ray's prestidigitation and his music recommendation, then I recommend that you go to the PayPal and you tip him. Open up your digital wallet, go to PayPal and tip Ray at emoscolgan@gmail.com, emoscolgan@gmail.com. It is magic. The theater is magic. Friendship is magic. And Ray Colgan is magic. Yeah. He's trying to understand. He's a magic man. And who else is magic is that John Watkins. Now, yesterday, I had the pleasure of, I don't know if you've heard of the Zoom, Rachel, but
no.
It's a lovely product. And I had a chance to have a conversation with John Watkins over the Zoom yesterday. And then today I edited it down.
Good for you, honey.
Thank you. And now I would like to roll the tape of my interview with John Watkins. Hey, John Watkins, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Chris Gibson, I'm good. How are you?
I am very, very well. I'm so excited to have you on this show. You are one of my dear friends that I met in Houston, Texas.
That is where I am, just a little bit north of Houston.
I think the first time I saw you perform actually was before I met you. You sang one of the songs you're going to sing on tonight's show, which was the Gnarls Barkley song Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember seeing you and just being blown away. You are literally one of the kindest people I've ever met. And
I feel like I sort of met your reputation first because in a good way, in a really good way. And it was such a joy getting to work with you guys. Did Tosca together at Miller.
Working for the Houston Grand Opera. What an incredible experience that was. And then, of course, you worked again with Rachel in Drood.
One of the highlights of my entire life.
Oh,
just such a joy to be part of because you and Rachel have this, and it really is a logical thing, which is just an ability to have a good creative process.
Yeah.
You know, a thoughtful creative process and communication and all those things that I think people sometimes take for granted.
We are looking forward to the day when we can get back to the process that we know. So in the meantime, we're doing this process.
I think we're all getting used to this process. It's a wild thing to be in my dining room making videos for you as opposed to actually creating in the same room. But I was thinking about it this morning about how one of the problems with theater specifically and musical theater specifically is lack of access. And I think one of the good things about this time is because everything is moving online, it's giving a much wider access. I think my worry is that Broadway could become even more elitist. It's already $200 a ticket. I think my worry is that in a COVID world or a post-COVID world, you see maybe a lessening of seats, and those seats go to $500-$600 for a regular ticket, and then it becomes even more inaccessible. For me, it's opened up new avenues to create with people, and because maybe out of shyness or out of not wanting to impose myself, I wasn't seeking out opportunities to really collaborate with my friends. And so I've been making music with Kiefer. He'll make a track and we'll record a duet, or the song I did with Cheney tonight, Kiefer made that, Cheney recorded at her house, I recorded at my house, we put it all together. And that's something that wouldn't have happened. But now we're in a position where that is the option, and it's provided a great opportunity. It's a scarcity mindset that's sort of built into performers that has to be broken.
Absolutely.
And so tonight, I'm not asking for tips. I'm having all my tips given to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. But I think in the long term, it's going to be overcoming that mental barrier of saying, actually, I would like to be compensated for my work tonight. It's a difficult hand a lot of artists are dealt, because to be an artist requires a certain level of empathy. And in this time when the entire world is changing for the worse and for better, when there's so much up in the air, I think artists are the first one to feel that. And so it's been hard to balance, feeling sort of distraught and incapacitated by the entire world, while also feeling the need to create. So it's been a time that I've just been giving myself a lot of grace and just saying, it's fine. We're feeling upset today. We're feeling all kinds of anxiety, all of it today. And just finding the moments to create.
Hey, buddy, I love you. And it's so great to have
I love you.
Mwah.
I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
we had, and there's so much more of that conversation. I'm going to be editing that, and I'll re-release that as a sort of like web extra, because John's just one of my favorite people to talk to, and he has some great things to say. So we talked a lot more than that, and I'll put that on the internet tomorrow. If you would like to tip John for his work this evening, he has donated his tips this evening to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So go to www.naacpldf.org and make a contribution in John's name. We love you, John. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And now I think it's a time for you folks to pay attention to some important messages.
It's the Ray Radio Show, beamed directly from the moon to the Pyramid Station at WLCI 97.5 FM, Hawking College Radio, where it is safely processed and sent via advanced telecommunication channels to your open mind. Ray Radio airs Fridays, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific, and Sundays, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. Find it online at WLCI 97.5 FM. Thank you for listening.
Never again. The hour of your liberation is approaching.
Are you still alive?
All that remains.
You are truly good. And why have I been chosen to live and you to die? Let it be able to taste the same, look the same, and make anything let it be the same. I would be impossible to build my life on the foundation of my life before it seems so. I miss so many I never really had. There's no hope to be had. A friend. I feel the suffering of millions.
It wasn't for you.
I want to go on living, even after my death.
Oh, from the twisted mind of Brock England, clown versus mime. And I will just point out that mime is Todd Meehan, who is an incredibly talented artist. When I did a variety show back in Austin, Texas, Todd would draw a live comic of the show every night and give it away to the audience. Todd, just what a great guy. And all those cats down in Austin, great. Thank you, Brock England, for providing us with another fabulous episode of Clown versus Mime. And definitely check out Ray Radio. If you like music, get on the internet and listen to about 2 hours of mind-blowing music. And of course, check out The Diary of Anne Frank. We've been doing that here for over 20 years at Open Stage, and we would love for you to check it out online. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are, and everybody in between. Gosh, it's been a whirlwind so far. Rachel, are you doing okay?
Oh, I am warm.
You're warm.
It's
it's
the AC has been off in this building now for since late March.
Oh, well, we're not paying for air conditioning when we're not here. So so we are here sweltering for you, sweltering for our art. And also, speaking of sweltering, Patrick Hughes.
Yes.
And also Mad Libs. It's time for Mad Libs with Patrick Hughes. Oh, I'm.
Well, we just jump right into it. No. Gibby, hello.
Look,
you can talk, my friend.
No, sir. You clearly have. I have stepped into a situation here where you have the dais, and I'm going to just remove myself from the internet here and let you take over.
Why didn't you ex machina that dais?
Yeah.
We're going to try this again.
Attention, everyone. I guess it's my turn to toast the amazing couple on their special day. In case you don't know, I'm Eileen, or you may know me as my nickname, the Cute Trophy. Angela, you are such a beautiful bride. I'll never forget the image of you walking down the aisle wearing that beautiful overalls, a bouquet of sneakers in your hands, and that huge smile on your face. I've known these two for, like 50 years now, and they finally acted the glass, chucked the fan, killed the piano, or gotten hitched, however you want to say it. Like you, many of you are probably not surprised that they found each other. I mean, how many people are into snapping turtles praying? Angela and I first met when we were in history class together in 11th grade. We both had a huge crush on Mr. Bedspread. Can you believe that, Angela? Gosh, he was so effervescent. Anyway, we became best friends. We'd sleep over at each other's houses like every weekend. Do you remember that sleepover where you rumpled my third cousin? Or the time we went to Pet Boys and stole a mouse here? I always knew Angela would get married before I did, even though she's always been way cleverer than I am. I hope someday, maybe 9 years from now, I can get married and you can be here by my side, holding my liver. I love you both, and I hope your lives are full of despondence and fancy boys. Thank you.
Oh boy, that Mr. Bedspread was sexy.
Yeah.
Fancy boys, yes, indeed, Patrick. It was like you were there. It was like you were at the wedding.
Yeah.
It's like I was at the wedding. It's like I was in the scene, and I wasn't even supposed to be. Well done. Look, I just want to say there is somebody here in the room with me who creates technical magic on a recurring basis, and it is my beautiful and talented spouse, Rachel Landon. So, Rachel, well done. Well done.
Thanks. It's going well tonight.
It's going so well. And Patrick Hughes, thank you for a fine job at the Mad Libs speech. Well done. Kudos. And it's time now, I think, to acknowledge our sponsors. One more time. We just love the sponsors. We love the folks who help us do what we do. Thank you. And kudos to you folks. And I think also that one more time, do we go back to John Watkins one more time for the people?
We do. Yes, absolutely. Let's bring him back.
I'm here.
John, are you having fun? What are you drinking there?
This is some strawberry lemonade.
Oh my
Delicious. Some Crystal
goodness.
Light. Yes. We love
Crystal
it.
Light. Amen, brother. Well, have you had a good time on the show so far?
It's fantastic. I love it. It's a fun vibe.
It is a fun vibe. We've had fun, and this, as I mentioned on the interview, this is the song that you're about to sing. Is the first thing that I heard you sing live, and the first time I saw you. And
Is that Midtown Live?
It was.
Yes.
4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. In Houston, and I'm so glad you brought it back for us today, because I think you really take this song and you own it in your own way. And
it's my favorite song to sing for maybe over a decade now, since I was like 16. So about 12 years now. And I revisit it maybe once every 4 to 5 years when I'm sort of at a new stage in life. And when I sang it, when you saw it, I was very much going through like a personal awakening and sort of in a time of transformation, and singing it now in this sort of political transformation, alternate reality we find ourselves in. It's a very interesting song to sing, and it continues to sort of reveal itself the more I sing it. So I love it.
Indeed. And I just want to, for the internet, because I'm sure that they're curious, I was also 16, 12 years ago. I was also, put that out there. Hey, enough about me. Let's roll this tape. Thank you, John. Love you.
Thank you. Love you.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. Hey, I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. And I hope that you are having the time of your life. But think twice. That's my only advice. Come on now, who do you think you are? Ah, bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. My heroes had the heart to live their lives out on a limb. And all I remember is thinking, I want to be like them. Ever since I was little, Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And it's no coincidence I've come. Hey. And I can die when I'm done. Hey. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly.
My good and dear friend, John Watkins. Thank you, John. That was incredible. Love it. Love the song. Love you. You're amazing. If you'd like to tip John, and I recommend that you do, he has donated his tips this evening to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So go to www.naacpldf.org and make a contribution in John's name. Thank you so much, my dear friend. Well, there's nothing left for it but to do
Do the thing.
the thing that we call here at MTFL the Natch Game. The Natch Game is a satirical homage. It is not a ripoff. Legally, we are bound to tell you that we have only been inspired by the Match Game and not stolen it whole cloth. If you remember the 70s, and some of us do, there was a TV show, a game show called The Match Game, and we are doing something very similar called The Natch Game, naturally, and it's a lot of fun. So go ahead and cut the music. And well done, Rachel Landon. Thank you so much. You can't have the Natch Game without a panel of celebrities. Just a sort of a swath of celebrity talent. And we've done our very best to come up with something. And that is I'm joking. This is a special episode. This is a crossover, if you will, as they say in the comic book world. A crossover episode.
Sure.
Yeah. We've got
It's the Jetsons meeting the Flintstones right now.
it's like the Jetsons meeting the Flip. It's like Predator versus Alien. It's it's the Obstructed View comes to My Talented Friends Live, and we're going to start with Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm so well. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying the show. How about you? Are you enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, I am. It's been great.
Oh, good. You are not in Harrisburg. You are in an undisclosed location.
He's in a closet.
He's not in the closet.
He's in a closet.
He is in a non-disclosed location on a well-deserved rest, and he happens to be part of the famous Cumberland Street Disease Cluster. We call it the CSDC, that is hosted by none other than Stuart Landon. Stuart Landon,
Hey.
How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm good. I'm really good.
Help, Matt. Yes, indeed. I really am very impressed that you obviously watch the show, because I completely forgot to tell you to acquire markers and paper. And look at you. You've provided them on your own.
Wow. It was in the budget.
I honestly expected you to be completely 3 sheets to the wind at this point. And yet you guys,
We are.
Oh, okay, good. Speaking of 3 sheets to the wind, I have to have, you're going to have a celebrity panel. You got to have an anchor. And of course, our anchor here at MTFL is none other than Stacey Werner. How are you, Stace?
I'm fabulous.
Are you drinking absinthe?
Yes.
Mm.
That was available at the bar at Open Stage.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. We have absinthe on the tap here, hallucinogenic alcohol, and nobody to drink it. So Stacey is doing that for us.
Doing God's work.
What are you drinking, Matt? What are you drinking? That was that looked like
some mellow lemon lime wine.
Oh, from what's the vineyard? Springgate, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Canned wine. You don't knock it till you've tried it. It's good stuff. Stuart, what are you drinking? Oh God,
he's buffering.
I knocked him off the internet. I knocked him right off.
That's okay.
Oh my goodness, what's happened? What's happened?
I love how much you guys have rehearsed your show. So
Yes.
ours is flawless.
Ours is bereft of technical difficulties.
Yay!
Well, there he is. Click on, click off. It doesn't matter. Do what you want. We're just glad to have you here. How about we introduce our contestants, shall we?
Okay.
You can't do a game show without contestants.
That's my understanding.
That's kind of the rule. So our first contestant that we're going to bring on to the show is fan of Open Stage. And not only is he a fan of Open Stage is a fan of Miles Babin. I am a fan of Miles. Hi, Miles.
I
How
love
are
you. I'm such a fan.
Wait a minute. Wait. Say words to me, Miles. How are you?
Words to you, Miles.
Oh my God. There's like some sort of psychedelic thing happening. Miles, are you right next to Stuart or Matt?
Did you dip into the absinthe? Is that what happened?
Oh, maybe that's it. Oh, now it's sounding much better. Miles, can you turn the volume down on your device, or maybe have Torek give you a set of headphones? Maybe that might help.
We'll try.
Yeah, there's some weirdness. There's some weird psychedelic stuff going on with you, but that's okay. Yes. We're gonna be fine.
We're gonna be fine.
Let's bring in our next contestant. Now, this guy, if you watched last week, if you watched my foodie friends, you saw his wife create magic on the internet and then gave that magic to you and me, Rachel, and we put it in our face, and the Werners put it in our face.
I put it in your face.
Yes,
right?
Yes. We all masked it all over our face. It was, I'm talking about Ann Ariano's incredible baklava, but right now I'm talking about Anthony Ariano. Anthony, how are you,
everyone?
Hi, darling.
How's everyone doing?
You good?
I'm good.
Ann and Nicolette doing well. Everybody, the family's good.
Everybody's good. We're looking forward to doing it again.
Okay, well, me too. Boy, we're gonna have more food stuffs coming from the Arianos for sure. Are you guys ready to win some prizes tonight?
I am, yes.
Miles?
It's gone.
Yes, Miles.
Yeah.
He's afraid to speak. It's okay, Miles. You can speak. You're just fine. It's okay. A little psychedelia is really good for the soul. I have to explain to those of you who maybe don't understand how the game works. The match game is the game that we have not ripped off, but are paying a tribute to. It's a satirical homage, if you will. It consists of a situation where a writer on my team, Dave Richwine in this particular case, so apologies in advance, has written some jokes. And I'm going to read those jokes, and I'm going to take out the punchline, and our panelists, as well as our contestants.
That are frozen, I think.
Everybody's
frozen.
frozen.
I feel like this isn't.
Everything's going
great.
so well. I think just move everybody off the screen and let me just talk.
Okay. Because
let me just feel it and vibe a little bit and vamp, as we say in the biz, while everybody just sort of figures out their digital situation. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy.
Yes, indeed. The Natch game is all about jokes, and I take the punchline out, and then these panelists and these contestants put the punchlines in. Now, here's the thing, though. It's got to make a match naturally. So if one of the contestants' answers matches with one of the panelists' answers, they get a point. And we tabulate those points like mad. I mean, we just furiously, Chad Michelson is off punching on a calculator, making sure that the score is always accurate. And we do 2 rounds and of that style. And then we go into a final round. And I will not speak about the final round.
Don't
please,
talk about the final
please. If I can only ask you one thing, stop nagging me about how the final round works. I will get to it. All right. I think everybody's had plenty of time to work out their technical difficulties.
Sure.
Right? Certainly.
We'll
So
find out.
we're going to start with me reading the joke.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back to our panelists and our contestants and find out how they would complete it.
We're going to see if we can bring everyone back on real quick.
Oh, good. Hi,
All right.
Stacy.
Hello.
Anthony, Miles,
Matt.
Stuart.
Yeah.
Matt is spiraling, but this
feels good.
That was before the
good.
show even started. So okay, so let's just go ahead and I will read. There he is. There's Matt Golden. America's sweetheart, Matt Golden. I'm going to go ahead and read round 1 here. Pay close attention to the sound of my voice and also read the text that Rachel puts on the screen. Round 1. My nephew Monty was a big baby, really big. He was so big that he couldn't be delivered by the stork. He had to be delivered by blank. My nephew Monty was a big baby, really big. He was so big that he couldn't be delivered by the stork. He had to be delivered by blank. Cut that music. Cut that music. That's enough of that. Hey, panelists and contestants, does anybody need more time?
No.
No. Good. Excellent. We've wasted plenty. All right. Let's go straight to our first contestant, Miles Babin. Miles, how you doing? Are you feeling it?
I'm doing well. How are you, my darling?
It sounds so much better. The fidelity is spectacular. So I'm going to read the question to you, and then you fill in the blank, Miles. Miles, my nephew Monty was a big baby, really big. He was so big that he couldn't be delivered by the stork. He had to be delivered by what?
Air Force One.
Oh!
Lots of
Ooh.
really big babies being delivered by Air Force One these days.
That one is working on levels, brother. That is nice. Well played. And Donald Trump, you burnt. Okay, let's go and see what Anthony Ariano. Anthony, I'm going to read you the question, then you fill in the blank at the end. My nephew Monty, Anthony, was a big baby. He was really big. He was so big that he couldn't be delivered by the stork. He had to be delivered by what?
So I like Miles's answer better than mine, but I said eagle. An eagle.
What did you put? He was an eagle, like in the Lord of the Rings. You know, the eagles.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, no, I think it's a fine answer. Look, don't judge anything because our celebrity panelists have been drinking heavily. Who knows what they're going to say? Let's go to those celebrity panelists now. Let's start with Stuart Landon, my brother in. Oh my God, my brother-in-law. And in love, I love you, my brother. I do. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this thing, and you insert your answer at the end. My nephew Monty was a big baby, really big. He was so big that he couldn't be delivered by the stork. He had to be delivered by what? A blimp. See, now that's using the old brain pan.
That's
yeah, because he was
blimp.
topical. Blimps are topical.
Sure.
The humanity. Oh, the humanity. Thank you, Stuart. All right, so let's go to Matt Golden. Matt Golden, America's sweetheart. My nephew Monty was a big baby. He was really big. He was so big he couldn't be delivered by the stork. He had to be delivered by what? A sperm whale.
Why you gotta have sperm though?
Oh. Stacy Werner has issues with your answer. Had to be delivered by its. Oh, there's an illustration that goes with it. Let me see.
Aw, he's a cute little sperm whale.
Well, that's lovely. Not a match, but lovely nonetheless. Let's go to our anchor, Stacey Werner. Stacey, my nephew Monty was a big baby. He was so big he couldn't be delivered by the store. He had to be delivered by what?
I said Amazon, and I also said Jeff Bezos is a terrible person and a crook. So,
Yeah, I thought I was gonna say, really, you're gonna.
So let's stop.
We're not
doing
plugging. We're not plugging Bezos in any way.
Yeah.
So I think an array of interesting and funny and topical and
Very
poignant
topical.
answers, none of which were a match. That's okay. Look, this show is about entertainment. It's not about winning prizes, right?
Are we entertaining?
Right, contestants? Not
I'm
about
so
the prize.
entertained.
Okay, we are entertaining. I'm entertained. Let's go on to round 2. Is everybody ready for round 2?
I am.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Round 2. Same as round 1, except it's a different question. Here you go. The dictionary defines a group of geese as a gaggle, and a group of whales as a pod.
Sperm whales.
Don't talk about sperm on the show. The dictionary also refers to a collection of actors as a blank. The dictionary defines a group of geese as a gaggle, a group of whales as a pod. It also refers to a collection of actors as a blank. I feel like we're poisoning our own well with this question. This is
As usual.
really as usual. All right, turn that music up. Yes, enough of that. Okay, very good. Let's go to our contestants first. Let's try Anthony. Anthony Ariano. The dictionary defines a group of geese as a gaggle, a group of whales as a pod. What does the dictionary refer to a collection of actors as?
I said it's diva.
A diva of actors.
A diva of actors. I think that is absolutely appropriate and well said. Anthony is also an actor. Acts here at Open Stage. Has been in lots of shows and.
Can't wait to see him back on the stage.
Can't wait to see you back on the stage, my brother. Let's see what Miles had to say. Miles Babin. The dictionary defines a group of geese as a gaggle and a group of whales as a pod. What does the dictionary refer to a collection of actors as?
It's a murder. Like
A
the
murder
crows.
of actors. A murder of actors.
A murder.
Crows, yeah.
A murder.
Sometimes when you have a lot of actors in the room, murder is the word that comes to mind. Yes, well played. All right, let's see what the anchor has to say. Stacey Werner. Stacey, if a group of geese is a gaggle and a group of whales are a pod, what's a group of actors called?
I wrote drunks.
Drunks, yeah. That is, I mean, that's just accurate. That is absolutely accurate. Well played. No matches again?
That's okay.
No matches. So many good answers. So many wrong answers. But thankfully, we had Dave Richwine put together a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but we still have an opportunity for seeing some matches.
How?
From Matt or Stuart.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't check in with Matt and Stuart yet.
Nope.
No, you didn't.
That's why we're a group of drunks.
What was Stacey's answer
From
again?
Open Stage. It's my talented friend.
It's a grudge episode. It's a grudge episode between my talented friends and the Obstructed View. Stuart Landon, I so apologize. Not only because you're my boss, but also because it's rude what I've done here. The dictionary defines a group of geese as a gaggle and a group of whales as a pod. A dictionary also refers to a collection of actors as what? A murder of actors, he got it. Yes. So nice.
They're not wrong.
I could see Miles celebrating.
Oh my God, Miles. So nice. All right, let's see what Matt Golden brings to the table. Matt Golden. This is for all the money. Alcoholics. Well, that's a match with Stacey. That doesn't really count so much.
I'll
Right?
still send him a video of me singing it.
Well, then we have a point on the board. We have a point, and that point goes to Miles. Anthony, I'm sorry that we didn't get a match for you this week, but we love having you on the show, and we look forward to having you and Ann and Nicolette come back on my Foodie Friends episode at the end of the month. And gosh, we love you, Anthony. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Don't help Matt. Leave Matt on his own.
That's right.
Joseph Osborne is chiming in here. A set of designers, a brace of stagehands, a lumen of lighting directors, a whisper of stage managers, and a measure of wardrobe persons, and a pit of musicians. These from an exaltation of larks by none other than James Lipscomb. Whoa!
That's lovely.
Joseph Osborne dropping in with the knowledge. Nicely done, sir.
We love you, Joe.
Good job, Ray.
I was
Good
looking
job.
for waiters. Nobody brought up waiters with actors? Okay. So, Miles, you have reached a critical stage in the match game.
Okay.
What is that noise? Who's making that noise?
Who is chomping? Who is chomping on that ice? Is it you, Matt Golden?
What is going on?
Somebody is chomping on ice.
Where is that coming from?
Is that you?
I don't know what it is.
Not me.
Do we have a video playing? What is happening? Rachel Landon.
I'm looking.
Is it Chad? Is it Chad Nicholson?
No.
Chad is just
Chad wouldn't do that
chomping away on that
I can
ice.
dance to it. I can dance to anything.
Okay. Well, we don't know what that.
Oh, well, you guys keep going. I'm going to figure it out.
We're gonna keep going, and you figure it out, Rachel. So, Miles, you are now at a junction in that game where you have to make an alliance with one of these panelists, and you have to make a choice.
Jimmy, it went to you.
Is it me? It's really not.
It sounds so wet.
It sounds so wet. It sounds so.
Wait.
Oh,
it went away.
what happened? Was it Miles?
It's
No,
Matt.
it's Matt.
Matt, what are you doing?
Get Matt off the stage.
What is it? It's not me.
Oh my God, this show has gone completely
It's gone
off
off
the
the
rails.
rockers.
Let's get Miles up here. Miles,
Okay.
you may choose from Stuart, Stacy, or
Or the wet one.
Matt and his wet, weird noises.
I'm
which-
choosing Stacy 1.
Oh,
But 2, I'm bitter that you thought I was chewing on the ice, Gibby. I was showing you. I did
No.
this.
No.
I did this. I'm innocent.
You are.
It was a murder. It was a murder.
It was a murder. My deepest apologies to everyone involved in this whole situation because there's no winners here, at least not yet. So get rid of Stuart, get rid of Matt, and let's just focus on our anchor, Stacey Werner, and our contestant, Miles Babin,
Got
because
you.
we are at what is known in the Natch game as the final round.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super simple. You guys just have to sort of mind meld here, okay? It's going to be a super simple
I'm
clue.
gonna try.
Get on there, get in there, chew some ice, and think of an answer to this clue.
Okay.
Here you are. Blank call. Blank call. Blank call.
That was really sudden, that music.
It was very sudden. At least it's not chomping of ice. That was so bizarre and weird.
It was probably a mic malfunction.
It was probably a mic malfunction. It was probably not intentional. Blank call.
I got you, Stacey. I hope you got me. I got you.
You good? Yes.
No, that was fine. I was in the middle of my big dance solo, but that's fine. You interrupted it.
Apologies to the talent.
No, it's
Apologies
fine.
to the talent.
No, it's fine. It's like literally fine. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. Fair. Let's see what Miles said first. Miles, When I said blank call, what did you put in as a blank?
I put in booty. And like it could have been curtain, it could have been
I
glass.
feel good about
it could have
this.
been so many
feel
things,
good about
but,
this.
Like, what happened in my head was booty.
Let's just see what Stacey Werner has to say, ladies and gentlemen.
Because I'm a professional, I said casting call.
I thought you were going to say because I'm a professional, I
booty
put
call.
Booty call. Yeah. Well, gosh, there really have been no winners tonight. Miles, I'm sorry. I would love to give you
Come
the
back
prize,
and play.
but we can't do that. It just wouldn't be fair to the billions of listeners out there in internet land. But Miles,
Playing
we
with
thank
y'all was
you.
enough prize for me for a whole lifetime, especially you, Stacey.
Oh my goodness! Thank you for
We love
coming.
you.
Thank you for coming on our show and not obnoxiously chewing ice into your microphone. Thank you for that. We really appreciate it.
That was the highlight the past 20 minutes. So I really appreciate that. Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, Miles Babin and Stacey Werner, and that's it. That's the Natch Game. And not only is that the Natch Game, that is our show for you this evening. Boy, what a show it's been. Technical ups and downs, mainly content-wise, super solid. Rachel's doing a fine job.
Well, thanks.
She has to put up with me all the time. So she's really, really doing good. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Hal, let's talk about thanks.
Yeah.
First off, check out the Obstructed View and Matt Golden and Stuart Landon and Dave Zayas and the Murder. And Bree Dow. Check these guys out. Thursday night. Are you guys going to do a show this Thursday, Stuart?
We're gonna try our dangdest from this apparently hellhole of internet.
Well, I'll be tuned in. So, Stuart, and let's bring Matt up as well.
I can't. Matt left.
Matt has just given up.
Matt is passed out in a bathroom.
He's well. Send
I
our
hear him.
to Matt, and we will tune in on Tuesday. Thank you for being on the show.
We'll do it on Thursday.
We'll do it on Thursday. We'll tune on Tuesday. The show will happen on Thursday.
Yeah.
I'll tune out.
Thank you. How about let's bring up Cheney Moore. Let's bring up Cheney Moore. Cheney. Thank you so much, Cheney. Do you have any shout outs, any plugs you'd like to give tonight?
Yeah, I just want to do a quick shout out to Nicholas Larberg, Kiefer Slayton, and John Watkins for making this video possible, and for you guys for having us on. It was just so much fun.
Beautiful. Love you, lady. We'll have you back on the show soon. Thank you.
Love you.
How about let's bring up Rachel Steed. Steed.
I learned so much today.
Rachel, thank you for that. That was very informative.
You're welcome. I hope it's helpful.
Who are you shouting out to today?
What say
Thank
again?
you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Who are you shouting out to?
I'm going to shout out Brock, who is my husband and cameraman. And I'm also going to shout out bakingforgood.org, which is a fundraiser in Austin supporting Black Art Matters ATX. We're raising funds to help Black artists in Austin promote their work and achieve their dreams. If you're an Austinite, find us on bakingforgood.org. Bid on some baked goods. If you're in Pennsylvania, donate money and be a superhero.
Woo!
I love that, and I love you. Thank you, Rachel Steed. Thank you, Brockles, England. Let's bring up John Watkins. John,
our special guest. John Watkins.
our special guest. Did you have
Thank
fun?
you so much. Oh my God, are you kidding? This was so awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Friends with him.
Yes, Stacey Werner is seriously jonesing to be friends with you. So we need to get you up here, and we all need to work together. And
Yes,
who
please.
would you like to give a shout out to tonight?
Two things. The NAACP Legal Defense Fund, please give them money. Also, shout out to masks. They do a world of good. Wear one. If you're within 6 feet of another human, just do it. Please. Thank you.
Amen, brother. And love you so much, my friend. We'll have you back on the show soon. I think we need to check in with Chad Michelson. Chad's chat of the day. Chad, what was your favorite chat of the show?
Well, I gotta admit, there were some great one-liners going on, but I gotta give it up to Brian Silva for not one, not two, but 3 comments. describing what a noun is when I asked for nouns for Mad Libs.
Do we have them on here? Can we pop them up? Or they?
They might be deep in the chat.
Are they lost to the internet? What we didn't do was plan how this segment would work.
No,
we like to just go on the fly here.
Yeah.
But we'll take your word for it. Chad, do you have any shout outs or plugs you'd like to make to the show?
Not really, friend. Just keep on supporting art in the area. Support your local friends, your families that are going through hard times, and also tip your delivery drivers. They deserve it.
Oh, there is words of wisdom from Chad Michelson. Chad might also want to say support Open Stage, seeing as you're employed by them.
Unfortunately, Chad will never have that opportunity.
I want to thank, bring the Werners up, but I also want to say this show every week sounds better and better because of one man,
Wayne Landon.
Wayne Landon is our sound engineer extraordinaire, and
we could not do this without him. We could not do this without the entire Landon family. So we're going to shout out to all of them.
Gloria Landon, you're out there.
Gloria,
we love you.
Where are you, girl?
Where are you, girl? She's watching the Conan and Gwyneth Crick. She could care less. Oh, hey, the Werners, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out to?
I do. So my very best good friend in the entire world, his name is Dalton Dietrich, and his birthday is today.
Oh, happy birthday,
and
Dalton!
He selflessly started a GoFundMe for his birthday in lieu of gifts. He asked people to just donate to the Trevor Project, which is an amazing organization that I'm sure we are all very, very familiar with. It's THETREVO project.org, and it's for LGBTQ plus communities and suicide, like helping with suicide awareness, and it's a hotline you can call if you ever have those thoughts. Also, recently, they've really been being sharks about taking care of Black trans people in America who are being murdered in the streets, and there's no coverage about it. So Black Lives Matter, Black trans lives matter.
Amen.
And that's a project that I want to, as a birthday gift to my dearest friend, is just uplift that.
The Trevor Project.
The Trevor Project. Thank you, Rachel.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday, Dalton.
Thank you.
And definitely get out there and support the Trevor Project, and absolutely Black Lives Matter, whether they are trans or otherwise. They all matter to us. And hey, next week, join us again for another great show. We're going to have Liz Cass, an amazing opera singer from Austin. Ari Retzer will be back here with some practical, workable knowledge on how to be a good human being. Kamika Campbell from Young Professionals of Color, and lots of surprises. And I think that's it. Nick and Stacy, please take us out of this show.
Lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Look it up. These people are dying way more than the media says. And with that, my talented friends. They're very talented.